iPad so I can monitor the chat. What's up, guys? I gotta grab my iPad. So I promise I'm heading out to the garage like right now. What's going on, everybody? Also, I'm eating a cookie, so shit happens. Oh, my camera lights are actually on today. It's amazing. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'll be able to see chat in just a second here. I'm gonna clean up this workbench right here. All right, what's up, y'all? If anybody's in the chat and I missed your comment, I'm sorry. Go ahead and repeat. Nice to see y'all this morning. Been super excited about getting out here and getting some stuff done. So, I'm just going to clean the workbench up a little bit. I left it kind of a mess the other day. All right. Not going to need the clamps right away today. Maybe in a little bit. Get some other stuff to cut. But I tell you what, the first thing we're going to do today is, let's set these over here. We're going to finish that. The giveaway LOS controller stand for Elf and Healer. My boy, hopefully he shows up in chat here in a few minutes. I told him I was going to be finishing his project today, his prize. So hopefully he'll be around for that. Hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend so far. It is Saturday morning. Some of y'all still freaking sleeping or drunk, one or the other, but much love to all y'all. Just putting some stuff away here. Almost lost the little pin markers. The dowel pin. Yeah, yep, you know what I mean. The pins for my dowel punch marker set. Yeah. Okay. Put some stuff up over here. Just cleaning up a little bit. We're going to have a special guest in the shop this weekend also. One of the guys from LOS, Methodical. If you follow him on stream, on Twitch, Nick Method, he is going to be down here. Actually only lives about 2 hours away, so we're doing a little bit this weekend. Getting a little bit set up. And he's going to come join the shop. Sunday, we're going to work on a couple projects, and he's going to join the stream. He doesn't know that yet, but we're streaming. So, it's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. 1/4, yep. Okay. That's that one. So what drill bits am I missing? Because I feel like I'm missing a couple drill bits. Let's see what we got going. I haven't switched screens yet on purpose, guys. It's all right. Give me 1 second. I'm actually doing a lot of moving around the shop and stuff, and I just thought I'd wait for a second. Hope y'all don't mind. I thought I had all the bits in that set. Hold on a second. Doesn't go to this one. Oh, there it is. Yep, 1/8. I was missing that. Cool. All right. Well, we have our workspace sufficiently clean. We're going to put the tape away over here. I'm going to show you guys how I go about my sanding procedures for prepping this for oil. Also excited, I just got a new air hose in yesterday. Finally got that all set up. So that's cool. Excited about that. All right. Let's clean our work surface off real quick. Throw these glasses on. We're just gonna be doing some sanding. I'm not too worried about getting anything in my eyes and stuff, but you know, you never know. Freak accidents happen. We try to wear protection and stuff for in the shop. You guys will. I've talked about it before. You'll never see me wearing gloves in here because I've got too many moving parts in some of them tools. You wear a glove on a table saw or on the router or something like that, and you end up pulling yourself right into the tool. And well, that's no good. So, you know what I forgot to buy? Freaking Dixie cups, man, or Solo cups. Let's see what we can do over here. This will work. Get one of the cups we had epoxy in. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that shit. Almost got it all cleaned out. Just need something to mix this oil together in, and I am forgetful and didn't buy. That's why I buy the Dixie Solo cups, guys. See if I have an old Gatorade bottle or something. I love you, red Solo cup. This is what we'll do. My water bottle from the gym. I'm going to dump all the Gatorade in the water bottle. And we're going to rinse this out and cut it in half and get something to mix it up with. Because I forgot to buy Solo cups. Well, the answer was yes. You're coming. No, kidding. Don't do that. Hi. Cool. How come I didn't see you in the garage? Let's go learn some stuff. Teach you how to be a man. You gotta teach the kids man things, guys. Self-sufficiency. All right, let's do this. Not quite perfect, but we'll cut it out and dry it out. It'll be great. Taking the nice towel into the garage. Just kidding. I get my ass murdered. What's up, guys? Elf, how you doing? Dude, I just refilled on some Gatorade also. So, what's up? Hi. I was looking for something to mix the oil in. Apparently, apparently she offered to buy Solo cups, and I was like, no, I don't need any of those. What do I need those for? I need those. It's a thing. So we're just gonna improvise here. Good morning, by the way, brother. Glad you made it. Sorry about the echo. I got my I have to monitor my own audio out here, or else it does that robotic bullshit. All right, so here's our product, guys. This is what we are going to finish it off with: Rubio Monocoat Oil Plus. They're 2C. It's a two-coat, or it's a two-component rather. It's the 2C. It has an oil and a hardener. But what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get the sander out, and we're gonna put a finish sand on some of this. There's also a it's a little mistake I gotta fix, Elf. So we're gonna fix it. There was the you guys see the nameplate that's on it. It's about a 1/16 of an inch displaced from where it should be. So we're just going to sand shit till it's flat. And that's how we fix problems. So we're going to pull out everything. We're going to go with a 4-stage sand on this. We're going to do 80, 100, 180, and then 220 before we oil. And just picked up, actually, I have been buying sandpaper the wrong way for a really long time. Just went to Lowe's yesterday. Had Diablo, or I'm sorry, the Gator sandpaper. Not Diablo. I really love the Diablo sandpaper. But the Gator sells orbital sandpaper stuff there at Lowe's. Yeah, well, you know, we fix shit. That's what we do. I was once told that, like, the mark of a good carpenter, good builder, is in their ability to fix the things that get screwed up without people noticing that they were screwed up. So I'm like the best carpenter in the world. It's amazing. All right, let's do a camera switch so you guys can see what we're doing up close here. So, it's a little mixing cup that we're using. Finished getting that dried out. That's our oil. A little Rubio right there. There's the can. So it's the oil and then the hardener in the bottom can down here. And we'll tear all that apart in a minute and crack it open. So we're going to go with an 80, 100, 180, and then a 220 grit sandpaper on the finish. I always use an orbital sander for this. I was using a the random. Oh shit! Hey guys, nails down in the workshop. Okay. Luckily I'm wearing shoes. Also, clean your freaking workspace. Damn. Daddy's being lazy. Always. It always went to plan. The plan was to screw up so I could practice the fixing. That's what happened. So, all right. But you guys will see. Just got out of the gym. Everything's a little wobbly. I didn't even bother to change. I'm out here in my sweaty ass gym clothes. So you can see there's a little lip here. It didn't quite line up. So we're just going to sand that down, bring it down to even. And then same thing on here because it was nudged just a little bit. When I drilled the holes for the dowels, the drill bit pulled a little to the left. That's a, we're not going to touch that. And then what we're also going to do is there's a little bit of rock. We sanded the legs even the other day, but in final assembly, like a 30-second off, and it's just a little bit, and because it's sitting on a table, we want to make sure that that's flat. So we're going to hit that on the belt sander one more time. Yeah, cleaning is no fun. I don't know why I do that either, and then I can't figure out why I can't find any of my shit. So, you know, it's a give and take. All right, so this entire thing is going to get oiled. This entire thing is going to get prepped and sanded. So we're going to start on the back, though. Now, given the fact that I build shit that lasts, I also am not going to do too much pressure on these legs just in case, because as much as, like, we know that we build good quality shit, we also, I'll let the customer or the client or the winner elf abuse it. I'm never going to abuse a piece while I'm building it, even though I trust my own work. Like, why would I do that, right? So there's never a moment of I don't care, good enough. I don't work like that. So it'll be good. Put a little sand on the back of these. Okay. Sand this down. Just to get it smooth, nice. We want a nice transition right there. Yes, definitely know what it takes to break it, but I'm not gonna push that limit with a piece that I'm building for somebody. It's really just like, even though, I mean, yeah, I know what it takes to break it, and I know what it takes. Like, I'm not gonna break it. I'm also just not gonna be the jackass to be like, it'll be fine. Like, I don't treat a piece like that ever. I take a lot of pride in this, guys. This is, for me, this has been something that was completely self-taught. A lot of YouTube videos, a lot of screw-ups, a lot of extra spare wood and stuff, scrap that I ended up just never giving up on, but man, now I've got to rebuild this piece again, shit like that. Over the last, I've been doing this for, like, as a hobby for about 4 years, and I'm now trying to turn it into something actually legitimate. So got that nice and even. We're just gonna sand out the bottom, the middle a little bit. We'll set that flat. Make sure we sand that flat. Alf, I don't know how long you've been doing yours. A little high spot in the middle there. Best part about Elf getting one of these early ones, because every piece is a prototype. Every piece is custom. Every piece becomes a prototype, right? But the best part about Elf getting one of the early ones is the fact that I know he's a woodworker, and if something happens to it, he can tell me what the hell I did wrong. Now, like I said, I've been doing this for a couple years now, so I'm not too worried about, like, finding out that, hey, this shit went wrong. But it's always nice just in case. Yeah, I hate that. One thing I'm still learning, and I don't think I'll ever get perfect, because I don't think it'll ever be tight enough. When I finally do my, like, magnum opus when I'm, like, 60, figure this shit out, I'll finally have it right. But, like, extremely tight joints and, like, low tolerance joints and stuff, like, I'm learning, and a lot of it is patience and the tools that you use. That's why I started buying dovetail, started the rear cutting saw blades and stuff with the draw saws, dovetail saws and stuff, because they allow a lot tighter fit, a smaller tolerance and stuff. And that's a piece of that's the piece of the puzzle where the art comes in. And I'm trying to become a better artist in this. So like this one, this one's pretty good. I'm really happy with it, but also it's a bunch of flat lines, so it was a little bit easier of a piece. There are some joints out there, and I am a big fan of wood joinery. I do not like to use hardware in any of my pieces, and I will avoid it at all costs. If you guys just tuning in and don't have a clue, I talk about hardware being screws and bolts and all that stuff. The only time I will ever use it, like I live around and I've built for a military community before, so I will like understanding, hey, people move and shit, you know. So it's an issue, and they want stuff to be able to take apart, to be able to come apart, because it's kind of important when they're moving every 2-3 years, and they want to keep a quality piece. Yeah, I'll throw some hardware in it so it comes apart easier. But my pride and joy is when I can make a piece 100% solid, or when it comes apart as a puzzle piece because it's completely supportive of itself and doesn't need anything external. Nice. I love that, man. Absolutely love it. So that's something else I gotta get. I gotta get some alcohol out here. Usually on my epoxy pieces, I'll use denatured alcohol in between, just to do the clean, just to make sure I get all the dust off and everything. It's kind of an extra step. It's not super necessary, you know, because as I'm sanding and shit, it will. The next couple layers will help clean it up. And ultimately, as long as it's clean before we throw the finish on it, it's good. But it's just an extra step I like to take, because I just love doing the best that I can on this. Absolutely. This is my pride and joy. I'm trying to do this full time, so. There we go. Plus, I don't want the dust to mar up the nice wood burning we've got going on in the front here. All right. And I had already sanded the front guys down to finish grade before I wood burned it because I didn't want to risk sanding off any of the burned wood. So we're going to skip the front plate because that's already been taken care of. That was an 80, moving up to, I'm sorry, I said 100. We're moving to 120. Go ahead and hit this again. Now this will be a quick finish, or a quick sand. We're not trying to take anything off. We're just trying to smooth it out a little bit in stages. Because you can go from a 80 to a 200 grit sandpaper, but it's a slow ride. So we're just gonna do this in stages. We'll more gradually move it down there. Move it smoother and smoother as we go. One thing you're doing when you're sanding epoxy, and Elf, I don't know, you said you've worked it a little bit, I think. One thing you got to watch when you're sanding epoxy, which is the other reason I like to change the papers out. It's plastic, right? And you're heating it up in order to sand it. Really, you're just smoothing out the plastic at that point. It's almost a polish. You're going to remove some material, but ultimately, all that melted plastic, because it's heat and friction, will get into the sandpaper. So you got to change paper quite a bit if you're sanding a large area. We don't really have that problem here, but I will tell you, I've gone through stacks and stacks and stacks of sandpaper when I'm sanding a table or anything like that. Yeah, like I'm wiping off right now. I usually use, like I said, I usually use alcohol because it evaporates so quick. It does suck all the dust up and stuff right into the rag or into the towel or whatever I'm using to wipe it off with. But because it dries so quick in between coats, that's why I love using denatured alcohol with it. And with this, like working with epoxy, you can't use acetone to clean it off because the acetone melts the plastic. So you just have to roll with it. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to do this area in here that did catch a couple lines before I glued the legs on. But we're going to do that with a sanding block here. We'll finish that up last. So we'll do all the sander stuff first, and then we'll do the touch-ups, like the inside of the legs and the down in there. All right. Moving up to 220. I'm sorry, 180. That's right. The pieces got out of order. I was like, that's not right. I know there's a step in between there. I've done this once or twice. So before I started using the oil, which Rubio, that oil is amazing. Before I started using that, I polyurethaned all my pieces, which is fine. But when you're doing epoxy, in order to polyurethane, sanding would take me hours. Which on a big table and a big piece, it'll still take me quite a long time because you want to be able to sand it, let it cool off, change the papers, clean it, all of that. Really do some detail sanding, but even on a piece like this, it would take me hours because doing polyurethane, poly does not fill the cracks and give it that clear look the way the oil does. It's almost like the difference between car polishes, and that's the way it works too. Like the oil actually fills all the micro grooves and stuff. The polyurethane doesn't fill it; it just adheres to them, and it actually contours them and shows them. So I used to take all my epoxy pieces and I would sand them out with wet sandpaper to 2000 grit, and every stage along the way, starting at 80. So 80. 120, 180, 220, 320, 400, 480, 600, 800, 1000, 12, 15, 2000. Um, and man, you want to talk about some extra work. I love polyurethane. I'll use it on anything else. It's absolutely great. Use it on live edge tabletops, especially to fill that bark and that inner bark area or anything like that. Um, I'll use it for everything, but I won't use it on epoxy anymore. So we just go with the oil, with the Rubio oil, and we go to right there. That's a little iffy. Uh, yeah, we'll go to like 180 or 220 is really all you have to take it to in order to get that look that you want. Not quite getting in there. Okay. We'll hit that with a sanding block again. Watch my sander run away on me. So, and there's something to hand sanding, something with a sanding block too. I really like it. It's very slow and controlled. It's very it's goofy because it's something so small and you almost wouldn't think it, but it's just a touch of the old, you know. And the more you do this stuff, Ralph, you could probably attest. I don't know, because with what you do, um, obviously the jobs that you do and stuff, you want something extremely close, extremely tight. But like for me, maybe it's not everybody. Like my ultimate goal would be um, to be able to do stuff like this and take the electricity out of the shop. To never have to use a power tool again and be able to create masterwork pieces like, you know, and that would be the goal. And pieces like that too. You look at some of the guys doing that stuff. Like, I spent a couple years doing one piece. But I tell you, man, there's nothing that I would want to do more is get to the point where I can legitimately do that on a paid basis. Because like I advertise heirloom furniture. Yeah, for sure. Like I advertise, and I do. I build heirloom furniture. I build stuff that it's gonna last. If you guys have seen the Instagram, like it's some of that stuff. It's not gonna fall apart, guys. It's gonna be pieces that you could hand down 30, 40 years from now. Um, Obviously, style and stuff being the limiter because things rotate. But what never rotates is quality. What never changes is quality. There's the demand for quality, and it would be absolutely my pleasure, my freaking greatest dream to be able to work that. Elf, actually, dude, have you ever seen? Go to Google, right, and go search for the American College of Building Arts. Have you ever seen them? There's a school down here. They're in Charleston, and what they do, their entire program, they actually have specialization majors. So you come down and you go to school, and what they teach is like historic architecture and building methods. I mean, they teach timber framing, they teach blacksmithing, they teach stained glass blowing. They teach, um, and you go major. You go major in architectural blacksmithing. Like it's the guys that did the wrought iron rails for the staircases, and like their degree programs are so specialized. They actually your senior project when you're there. I wanted to go there so bad, but I couldn't justify with what I'm doing now and stuff with everything going on. Their senior projects, you have to find it's up to you. You have to figure it out like anything else, right? Like other school projects, engineering and stuff, you have to come up with your ideas and proposals and all this other stuff. But you have to work with somebody with a historic building that needs either restoration or work done or something to that effect. and they actually their final projects are to go out and actually do the like historic quality, like the work to restore these buildings because they're actual like historic society pieces or like National Registry historic buildings and stuff like that. And that's what you get trained in is how to be good enough in those methods to come back and do the restoration work on historic buildings because they have to be done within the confines and within the restrictions of how they were actually built in order to remain on the historic registries. There we go. Getting there. We got a little bit more work to do. Bring this down to 220. As I'm saying, the big jump, guys, all I have as far as the square reciprocating Sanders paper right now is the 1 and 120, or 100 and 220. So it's taking a little longer to make that 100 to 220 jump. Shop supplies, right? I'm bringing them back up. We're getting back around. We're making it happen. It's just a little rough right now. So basically working in a new shop. But yeah, that's what they do, man. I wanted to go to school there. It's freaking expensive as shit. But they do absolutely beautiful work because that's what they do, right? Freaking restoring buildings and shit. All right. So you guys can see that. That's all prepped. We got it sanded down to 220, which is a finishing grade. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and mix up our oil. We're going to open our can of oil right here. All right. So this, I think it's mixed 3-1. I got to double check. It's been a minute. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's great. It's approximately 3-1. So, the way this works, guys, is it doesn't have to be exact, right? Because this is simply a oil hardener. This oil will cure without the hardener. So it's the hardener is really just there to speed it up. Okay. Rubio, Monaco. So you can use this for maximum 4 to 6 hours after mixing. So we can't pour anything back in. Okay. But the key to this is that we are going to, surface can be used 24 to 36 hours after application. So if we're going to oil this today and you'll have it next week, we're going to throw it in a bag on Tuesday, so it'll be dry enough to handle for sure, 100%. Sterile. I wanted to say the actual like hard curing time was on here. I guess not. No big deal. But basically, like, it's gonna be more than cured by the time I get it to you. Also, just almost put a screwdriver through my freaking hand, like freaking Back to the Future up in here. Have to have Michael J. Fox come oil this shit. Guys, I make references nobody remembers. All right. So this stuff just opens just like this. I'm gonna pop the plastic. Pull the spout out, nice and slow. Pull that off, and it has an inner seal on the hardener. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that off. And then what that's nice about is you can just screw top. I wish there was a screw top on the main can. It'd be great. Okay, we'll make sure that's all the way out there. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and stir this up. Let me get a stir stick real quick. But one of the things about this is also in order to help it cure, and because it does cure hard, what you're going to do is use the least amount of oil that we possibly can in order to coat and make a solid coat on the entire product. So I've had this can for 8 months or so. It actually came in a kit with 2 of these. This oil was expensive as shit. Yeah, I know. I wish it did. That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of this. It is what it is, man. That's more than enough. We're going to also use as little as possible of this because it's, is that enough? We'll see. And remember, it's going to add a little bit of volume because we're adding the hardener to it. If we have to remix a little bit, we will. I'd rather use not enough the first time than too much and waste it. This stuff for 2 cans of this is about 120 bucks. So let's use as little as possible. Put that away. Pop that back in there. Do our nice little whoop, 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 whoop. You gotta make that sound or it's not real. And what I like to do, I've done it on bigger pieces. I haven't done it on a piece this small, but just to make sure that we don't waste any, bought a putty knife to spread it with. Go ahead and just drip a little bit here. You can just see that color pop. Get that oil on there. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful, guys. That is black walnut with a pigmented, two pigmented pores of epoxy under it. You can just look at that color come out. Absolutely love walnut. If you guys are getting into anything or you have the opportunity to work with it, it is amazing. Amazing smell when you're cutting it. It's probably one of the most pleasing woodworking smells I've ever smelled. It's probably one of my favorite woods to work with just because of that. It's like having a candle in your workshop. Look at that color. All right, now we're going to bring it up. See how well that stands out. Nice highlight on the gamer tag here. Beautiful. I don't want to use a rag to move it around yet because the rag's going to soak it up. I don't want to lose any of that oil yet. We will end up buffing this off. Now this is not walnut up here, guys. This is a wood called Sweetgum. It's available in the South for sure. I was able to get this in Louisiana. I know it grows in other states. Trees don't give a shit about borders, but it is a southern tree. It's also been called satin walnut, colloquially, regional colloquialism. That's a lot of L's. So, yeah, I absolutely love cherry. If you guys are on and you get the chance, go check out the Instagram. There is a sofa table that was on there that was made. It's a very farmhouse style, whitewashed sofa table. The tabletop on that table is cherry. Beautiful wood to work with. Smells great. Um, Loved working with it. It was the only opportunity I've gotten to work with that so far. And it was super easy to work with. It was pretty forgiving. Because it is a hardwood, it didn't chip and pit. So you can see already, guys, look at this. Not quite done oiling it, but check that out. So you can see how that's going to look. All right, now, because it is oil, definitely prone to get debris and stuff in it. So what we don't want to do, we want to make sure the tabletop is clean before we start goofing around, turning it upside down, trying to get let's just do just a little bit. A lot of oil, a little bit of oil goes a long way, guys. It goes with anything, right? So learned that lesson with gun oil, learned it with motor oil, cooking oil. Oil goes a long way. There's no difference with this. This actually is a oil, so it's not a petroleum-based oil. Actually, I don't know what they make this with. I gotta find out. I practically sell this stuff on my channel. I'm gonna have to find out what they make it with. I don't know. I don't think it's cancer causing. Just don't drink it. Okay. Get all that in there, nice and solid and spread out. We'll get this and show you this where we're at right here. Just beautiful wood. And again, just spread that out. We only need a little bit. We want to use as little as possible because it is definitely gonna, the lightest coat is gonna bring this color out, guys. And the thicker we put it on, the longer it's gonna take to cure. So we're not gonna leave it on too thick. But you can see, man, even on the back. I'll show you guys this up close on the back here really quick. We'll finish oiling up the legs, the feet on this. Oh. Okay. Make sure we hit all the sides, top, everything. Look at that blue color come out. Got the tray. We just have to oil inside the tray here. Look at that. Elf, what do you think, man? I hate when things get to finishing. Yeah, because your only other option, you got to pick it out, or you've got to wait for it to dry, resand it, and then refinish it. Let me tell you, that's a pain. So you guys saw how much oil I've used. I pulled out of that. Look, that's what's already still left. I got still about half of what I used. And I've done a majority of this project already. So what I'm going to do is, since I have a little extra, I'm not going to get more careless with the spreading, but I can't save what I've already mixed anyway, so I'm just going to throw this in here a little bit. And honestly, with the legs and stuff, it's going to be easier to have it on a rag anyway, so we'll spread this around as much as we can. Buff it in there a little bit. Any big table, any big project like that, if I was using this, I would pull out a buffing pad, like an actual car buffing pad, and buff that out with some wool, and buff it in there and buff it on. So let's make sure we get all of it. Wax on, wax off. Okay. It's not wax, but linseed oil. Yeah, that makes sense. Especially for wood and furniture and stuff. Totally makes sense. 100%. So, what I want to learn to use, it's one thing I'm going to look into this year. I've already set a goal. Is some of the older finishes and stuff, the way they used to do that, like boiled linseed oil. And I am going to learn to use varnish. And shellac rather. Sorry, I said varnish. Shellac. And then, because all that is just getting the right ratios of the alcohol that you melt it into, that you mix it in. And then one thing I really, really want to do, um, really bad, and I've wanted to for a while, and I haven't set the time yet, is I want to learn to finish with beeswax, like some of the old French finishes. The only thing about beeswax is it's a really high dollar finish and it's super resilient, but it has to be redone because it's a wax. Yeah, poly's great for everything, man. It really is. You have to make sure though, if you're doing over a painted surface, you can poly it, but it's got to be not polyurethane. It's is it escaping my mind right now? Like I can't think. There's a difference. It's like a polyurethane type finish, and it's a polymer, but it's something else. Um, yeah. Is your I know you sell a specific oil with your cutting boards and stuff. Is that a tongue oil finish? Is that like a mineral oil base? Is that what are you doing with that? I've heard of salad bowl dressing, but I think essentially that stuff's just tongue oil anyway. Um, there we go. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it. Look at that, guys. And look at that two-tone wood. That's black walnut with sweet gum, guys. It's also called satin walnut down south. If you guys have ever seen it, you can Google it. Check it out. Look at the grain patterns, how it looks. Absolutely beautiful piece. This is going out this week. Actually, Elf and I are meeting up. He lives not too far from some family I've got that I'm going to visit this week. So I'm actually going to hand deliver this. It's going to be great because it's going to be the first time I get to do that for one of these. And I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this oil away. That's good. Yeah, like I did a board for my mom. Um, Super simple. She just wanted like a nothing special. She's like, I just want some black walnut in my house, and I need a. She got a. I made her a spinning charcuterie board, but I did it on like a Lazy Susan bracket. So it's super simple. I literally cut a piece of walnut, sanded it down, finished it, and sent it to her. But I just used mineral oil for it. What? Oh, MCT coconut. Got it. I read that the first time as it's not coconut oil won't go rancid, and I'm just like I don't know what isn't. Got it. Okay. Dude, I was so confused. All right, guys, we're gonna put this up. This shit's like gold. All right. So we've got our oil up. Make sure we seal it so it doesn't dry out. Again, because I don't like replacing expensive ass shop supplies. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe our. Oh, we wiped it off. Replace our. Put our putty knife back up here. And clean up some of the tools here we got sitting around real quick. So again, and I mixed too much oil for that, but I didn't lose out too much, so that's okay. Hey, so what we're gonna do now that this is finished, I'm gonna go ahead and take pictures of it because I like to take pictures of all my work. Put up all our sandpaper real quick. Nice. That's real nice. See, essential oils are good for something. Ah, don't tell Salad I said that. Anyway, so bunch of church wife multi-level marketing hocus pocus snake oil stuff, but I didn't say that. Anyway, I got opinions and everybody hears them. I'm sorry. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll get some pictures of this in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this up. I'm actually going to put it up in the house really fast, guys, so I'm going to disappear for a sec because I don't want sawdust getting it all over it and stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting for, I've got another one that I'm giving away as a gift to the founder of our gaming community over here. And we're going to start building the legs and stuff for that today. Start putting that together. And then maybe tomorrow, we've got a special surprise, guys. I don't think we'll be working on anything for the LOS, but I do have a friend, a guy coming down tomorrow. He's going to guest star in the shop and on stream because Method is going to join us tomorrow from where he lives. And he's going to be coming down. And, oh, Elf, I overcorrected that leg. All right, I'll get it fixed for you before we bring it up, bro. But Method is going to come down, and he's going to guest star in the stream tomorrow. We're going to work on either project for him, or we're going to work on something else here. But we're going to be in the shop and around. So, all right. All right, so still on the router table. Boom. Boom. This is our second piece that we're going to be working on. It's going to be almost the same. We do a lot of custom work around here, so everything we do, even though it's the same, everything is different. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put some legs on this one, and being the fact that Bolter has about 72,000 hats I've seen him wear since the get-go, since I joined the community. Yep. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to implement a hat rack on the back here, so he has a hat display for at least one of them, and he can rotate them out. So, why do you say it that way, Elf? Let's go. I'm gonna call you out. Why you say it like that? I'm just kidding. I know, right? Every damn day, bro. So all we're gonna do is we're just gonna raise a little pole with a disc on it so he can put a hat on it. It'll be a nice little hat rack for him. So this is Sweetgum, guys, and we are going to see if we've got enough Sweetgum left over in order to build the leg structure for this. I believe I do. Let's see what we got. That's pecan. I can't do that. Now that I have a bandsaw, I can split this down the middle. So this is actually twice as much wood as it looks like, but I'm a little worried about this knot right here. So basically this chunk here is going to be unusable, which I'm kind of worried about. So, well, let's trace it out. Let's see what we got. It fits right there, and that's about a good angle for his. We've got, here, I'll do it over here so you guys can see because the camera's a little goofy. 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 inches high. And I need, hopefully if this is at 45 degrees, it should be the same. It should be 45 width. 6, which means it's actually laying a little low. Let's back this up. If I could remember trigonometry, I could just do this in a freaking on my table, but I'm dumb. So 5 high to 6 high. So we're going to go to 6 here. Which side are we using? Man, there's just some naughty wood. Not naughty, not naughty. I said naughty. Don't get it twisted, y'all dirty ass minds. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. We've got another piece over here, I think. Is that walnut, or is that, what's this? Boop, boop, ring. Oh, that There we go. We got another piece right here. We can do something with. Elf took all my sweet gum. All right. Let's see. We really only need the 2 legs. So out of all of this, we should be able to find enough wood that's going to be. Let's do a 5x6 square to start. I'm a little worried about the grain direction. Guys, grain direction is a big deal. One, just aesthetically, it needs to go the same direction to match and to look good. But 2, not in something like this, a smaller project, it's not such a big deal. But you're talking about a lot of strength and stuff. The strength of the wood is in the grain, not against it. Might incorporate some of this if I have to. I think I might. Okay, so the grain's going this way-ish. Sweetgum's got a weird grain on it, guys. It goes in every direction depending on what layer of the wood you're looking at. But I really like, because this knot is here and this, I really like that corner. Not so worried about that. I am not in front of my computer. My sound alerts are not working. I appreciate the follow, whoever that was. Calico Peak, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome to the workshop. Thanks for coming by. How'd you find the channel, bro? You've been here before. I've seen your name before. Seen your name before. Also, I have a lot of head injuries and head trauma, so I don't remember anything. So I apologize for that. I did a lot of jumping out of airplanes in the military and a lot of landing on my head. So thanks for coming, man. How's your day going today? All right, guys, let's just do this. We're just going to cut the knots out. We're going to cut this to 5.5 because actually we got to cut that to 6, don't we, to stick with the grain? That's right. Okay. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, way too much head injury, like too much brain damage. 5.5 high. We'll just cut this to 5.5 and stick it 45 degrees. And if it doesn't stick to 45 degrees, then we'll just Mhm. Elf, fix my math. All right. New idea. We're gonna cut as big as we can. We gotta change saw blades, guys. I can't cut through this slab with finishing blades, so we're gonna do a saw blade swap out real quick. If you've never seen one, I'm gonna go ahead and switch cameras. Pretty basic. Scares the shit out of me every time though, because like Alpha, I don't know about you, man. Every time I change a damn saw blade, I'm telling you, it scares me that I'm like, it's not tight enough. It's gonna spin off. It's gonna hit me in the face. I mean, as long as there's no wobble, obviously. But every damn time, dude. Every freaking time. I freak out about it. And it's probably a good thing, guys. You want to be careful. right? Calico, I'm sorry. He followed and then he left. I'm sorry, I forgot. I forget everybody. Don't take it personally, please. How's your Saturday going, brother? Hope you're having a great day today. I hope everybody has a great day. Except Joe Biden, because he wouldn't remember it anyway. Just kidding. I hope he has a great day, and all his mashed potatoes and applesauce are exactly the consistency that he wants them. All right. Yeah, and I know that, like, got it, man. It's not a big deal. Like, it's on there. It's tight. It's good. It's also just, like, I don't know, man. I've never watched Final Destination or anything, and I know God said I'm coming home today. Like, I ain't getting around it. But, bro, like, there's better ways, man. I don't want it to be like that. Yeah, it's just, you just gotta watch your, um, uh, I mean, yes. Wow, there's a lot of epoxy built up in this. Cut one piece, bro. Shit. Don't throw your pieces either. Um, whew. I tell you, man, you cut one freaking slab of epoxy, and this stuff gets everywhere. Plastic shavings in everything. Ha! I'm not in the army anymore. Fuck you. Technically I am, but I don't want to talk about it. What are they gonna do? Kick me out? Ha ha! Okay. I'm gonna come in here and get as much of this stuff out as I can, because once I start it all up, it's just gonna blow around anyway. What am I gonna do? Kick me out? They already have. So anyway, whee! I'm gonna start this saw up, and the camera's gonna go freaking white because it's gonna be nothing but plastic shavings everywhere. Hey, Elf, let's play some Apex in a bit. I was tearing shit up last night. Bro, it was just dirty. I gotta go back and clip some of it. I've got clips of all of it because I use Outplayed. But I gotta go back and make some freaking videos and shit because it was just dirty last night, dude. Yes, but also, poof. Fine. You know what? Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Because you're right. You're right. It'll make it easier. Also, because epoxy snow. I got a new hose. I got a new air gun. I got all that stuff. I try not to do that with the epoxy stuff too much. I'll do it with sawdust. I try not to do it with the epoxy too much, but I'll show you why. Oh, shit. I always open... There we go. I always open the valve on the bottom of my air compressor. I let the air out. Stuff came with like thread lock on it, but I didn't tighten it. This thing was new tools, guys. Give me a sec. Yeah, I know. Look, I'm stubborn, okay? I'm also kind of dumb. So, just let it be what it is. This is the first time I've ever gotten, like, ordered air tools, like, as a kit. And they came with, like, thread lock and stuff on them for the air leak. It was actually super nice, man. Hey, your piece is inside, too, so don't worry about it. I'm not going to get stuff everywhere. There we go. Yay, it's cleaned. Let the air out. I always let the air out of my compressors, guys, because condensation. If you don't keep the air in there with the temperature changes and stuff, especially in a humid environment where you're sucking wet air into your air tank, with condensation changes and stuff, you can actually rust out the tank from the inside out. So I always let the air out of my air compressors anytime I use them. So, just checking on chat when I come over there. That's all I'm doing. Well, Calico, welcome to the stream. Try to be super social around here. Also just super forgetful, so I'm sorry. And that's on there as tight as I can get it, so if it's not good enough, screw it. It's my time, it's my time. And Jesus take the wheel, yo. So, I hate that saying. That's so, ugh. It's true, but it's not, and just don't get me into the theology of it all. Anyway. Okay. Whee! Plug it in, plug it in. And we stand back here to make sure the saw blade doesn't fall off, because I'm freaking paranoid every time I put a saw blade on. Oh, where do I want to cut this? Let's do this. Let's also make sure the saw blade's high enough. We are good. Don't start a piece on the saw blade, guys. Kickback is a bitch. Okay, we're going to try to cut the good side of this wood, and we're going to take it to the bandsaw. I don't even think the throat on the bandsaw will handle it. The throat's not deep enough. That's what he said. Man, destroying this knot. It's just super dry. It's like part of it's pulverizing, but part of it is just like giving all kinds of resistance. You guys can see that, like the burn marks and stuff. That's just sat there on the saw for a second. I'm a little worried, but also a little intrigued. Wow. I've had this wood for 3 years, and that feels like it's still moist on the inside there. That's insane. One sec. I'm going to measure the bandsaw throat really quick. Yeah, it's 3.5 inches. It's like 3.5 inches. Damn, I feel inadequate. Okay. Well, we'll just have to. I hate splitting wood on a freaking table saw, guys. I absolutely hate doing it. Um, that's okay. We don't have to. I just thought about it. We don't have to. How big is? I was gonna cut it real simple. I'm just gonna redesign this on the fly, really fast. I'm gonna cut this to 3.5 here. Actually, we're gonna cut it to a little over that because we just got some room. Yeah, 3.5 is good. Since it's just barely square anyway, all I want to do is estimate about a square cut. That's fine. Actually, we might not need as much as we thought. It's gonna work. It's gonna work! It's gonna work, damn it! Wow, look at that piece. I wonder how bad this. Let me see something. Oh, I thought for sure that thing was gonna chunk apart. All right, back to table saw. What we're gonna do? We're just gonna try to cut a piece of this out. We're gonna have about a 5 by 3.5 block of wood, and then we're gonna take it to the bandsaw and split it, and then see if we can make 2 feet out of that. The nice thing is if we do that and we pull that off, the legs will have matching grain, which will be really, really pretty. Well, at least we know that side's flat. Let's take it to the bandsaw. Make sure it'll clear the throat. I'm never going to get sick of making that joke. I'm going to use this little sacrificial push piece right here. And that's going to help us keep it straight on the saw because we don't have a feather board. Let's mark the center piece, center line. Yeah, let's do this. Mark the center line as 1 3/4. So that's 6. 7/4, right? So 15/8, 14/8. 7/8 is half. I'm freaking retarded sometimes. 7/8 is half. So we'll do this, and then we'll pass this through the planer really fast, just to make sure that everything on it is nice and smooth, the way that we want it to be. And I need a little piece to push so my thumb isn't doing the pushing, because ow! I gotta plug it in, guys. I gotta solve this power problem in the shop, man. I'm gonna run just a bunch of 20 amp surge protectors, I think, is what I'm probably gonna do. Because I'm only ever using one tool at a time anyway, so I shouldn't blow it out. Yeah. Math is hard sometimes. Camera over the router table, do you think? Let's take a look. You can't even see the bandsaw, bro. Over the lathe? Take a look at that one. Oh, yeah. I got you. The table, I've got it labeled table saw. So, I got you. This is the right one, damn it! Better play that fail alert for you, too. There we go. Much better. You're right. All right. It's alive! I tell you what, guys, if anybody wants to get me anything, a feather board would be really, really nice. I need to get one. They're super cheap. Harbor Freight's got a bunch. I just don't know if they'll work with this bandsaw. All right, this is also what we're going to do. I'm just going to draw the full freaking line on here. This is ridiculous. Hey, guys, you want a class on how to destroy a piece of wood you're working with? I had one, and it didn't work with my table saw, so I got rid of it because it was a Harbor Freight one. All right. See if we can just YOLO this with by hand. Put that up there. So one thing I have a problem with is like over pressure on one side of a piece, and I end up with blade deflection really, really bad. And I know it's a feel thing, like I'm just got to get used to it. But I on the bandsaw, and I do it on the scroll saw too. So it's definitely something you got to work around and learn how to like put forward pressure without favoring one side or the other. And that can be a real feel thing, right? Because wood a 1/4 inch over can have a different fiber density. So now you end up with like your slippage, your even force doesn't come out even because the fiber density and stuff doesn't come out right. But what we're going to do to fix that, guys, we're just going to run this through the planer because this is what I ended up with. Yeah. And then we end up with all these saw blade marks and stuff because I'm constantly correcting. So we're just going to pass these through the planer really fast. Take them down about a 32nd of an inch on each side and see if that works for us. And see if that helps. Again, got all kinds of epoxy and stuff in the planer. So we're going to go ahead and get the air compressor prepped. I should probably leave air in here, you know, while I'm out here. Still need to switch these knives out. I haven't done that yet this week. Yeah, because they deflect so easy, right? So it's okay. We'll work on it. It's something that it's part of that. Woodworking is an artful science. You know, it's numbers, and getting all the things done, and making everything look pretty and exact, but also nothing's exact, and it's error correction all the time, and it's by feel. There's so much that for the fact that it's math and science, there's so much that just isn't. And my freaking ADHD bullshit, maybe autistic, I don't have a freaking clue, brain. All I know is I tested positive for something. But sometimes I forget that it's just art, and I get too into the math of it. And it's like, this should have worked. And I'm like, yeah, but you forgot that there's 50 Shades of Gray. I mean, wait, what? So anyway, because I was only working with one. All right, we'll go ahead and prep this out to, we know we cut at 7/8, So we'll take this down to 7/8. It's actually right about there already. Let's see. We actually got to bring it up a little bit. Oh, shit. Ah! Unplugged itself. It unscrewed itself. All right, let's get this shit done. Mm-hmm. Oh, it came with one. What am I trying to measure it for? It came with one. It's on the back. Oh, that's why. Because I forgot to close it. I'm freaking retarded today, guys. Whee! All right. Nice thing about this planer is came with a driver big enough for the whole. Yep. Okay, so we got to tighten this down and get it to stay on without it being so tight that we can't screw anything on. Oh, actually, that shouldn't be an issue. Let's go! Ugh! Get in the hole, bitch! All right, there we go. So, all right, cool. Looks like we're going to be able to run that. I always forget to close the drain plug on my air compressor. It's pretty cool. Wow, this place is a mess. Who did all this shit? Yeah, it's just shop habits. Woo, boy! That took a chunk out of that. Actually, that's okay because we're going to let the art of the wood do its thing. Knock it down to 32nd of an inch again because the top surface is not quite flat, not right where we want it. I think that one quit. Woohoo! Still good. All right. We can actually cut around the bad piece in this. So, I'm going to knock it down just a little bit. I got to get my push stick. Good. Keep a push stick for small pieces of wood in the planer. The drum's supposed to be going the other direction. Holy shit, dude. Now, this piece is just not wanting to play. Every time the grain's catching the drum, it's kicking itself out. All right. Let's see if this one will play nice, and then we'll make a second one. This wood sometimes, man. This telling you, Sweetgum is a pain in the ass to work with, but it's absolutely beautiful. But, whoo, boy. When it decides it says, fuck you. That's all there is to it. You ain't getting any other answer. Take a 60, another 30-second down. That shit snapped out of there, bro. And we're at like a 64th, so a quarter turn. I've gotten kickback off a table saw before, but wow, that shit was crazy. You ever get kickback on a planer, Elf? Woo, boy. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut a second piece of Sweetgum specifically for this. Now, I knew this shit was a little rough because this was some leftover scrap off what I had to pull for another project, but that was pretty rough, guys. Let's go back to the table saw. We're going to cut this knot out completely because we have the room, I think. Well, let's look at the grain pattern and where we're at. All right, because like we were talking about, the grain pattern matters. I'm just going to run a fence on this one. And we're not even going to press it against the saw blade too tight. We're just going to run a nice loose fence cut. The thing I've found works a lot is keep your push rod closer to the saw blade because you put torque in the other direction on the piece of wood away from the saw blade instead of into it. Yeah, man, that was insane, dude. I've never seen that happen. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut this other piece real quick on the bandsaw. Just going to run this center line right up it real fast and give me a guide on the blade. Sorry, guys, that's all I'm doing right now. Give me 1 second. I'll be back on camera here in a second. Cut this to 1 inch, and then we'll cut it down. Yeah, I've never had that happen, man. Because, like, the drum spins the other way. I don't even know how that just happened. So your rotating drum with your knives on it spins, if I remember correctly, into the wood instead of away from it. So it spins away from you, right? Not like a table saw that cuts towards you. Yeah, man, that was insane, dude. Sweetgum, like I said, it's a great wood. But also I'm like using kind of a knotty piece. So like I knew that shit was gonna be a little crazy. I did not expect what just happened though at all. So this guy's back on the table saw camera. We got our line for our saw all prepped. We're gonna try to stick to as straight as we can get it. Hopefully, so guys, I'm going on vacation this week. And hopefully when I get back on stream, I'm going to have all this power on and stuff. I'm going to try to spend spend a day doing that. It shouldn't take too long. Really just going to run a couple surge protectors, mount them on the back of a couple tables, plug some stuff in. Wow, this went way off track. Now I'm trying to overcorrect because I know I was pushing too hard left. Now I'm pushing too hard right. It's okay. It's just by feel. You feel it out. I cut this to 1 inch so that I had a margin of error anyway. So let's see what we got here. Beautiful wood, though. Beautiful wood. It's just treating me like my ex-wife, though. Holy shit. This shit's trying to kill me. Whoa, guy. This one too, huh? It shouldn't be. There's nothing wrong with it. Go down to 64th. See what happens. Everybody about to get a class on changing planer knives. I'm really curious. That's actually something I'm going to do today. I'm going to pull those off and see. I want to see if maybe the knives are beat up too much. Like they're not tracking any, like they're not tracking any. There we go. There's not leaving any trail marks like they would if they're dented or dinged. I know they're dinged in one spot. From a track I was able to see not too long ago. So I know they're dinged, so I'm gonna replace them. But that shit was insane. There we go. Now it's feeding through nice. I think, other than checking the thickness against the other leg, this should be the last pass. Alright, let's see where we're at. I thought I set it over here. What do I do with it? It's right here. Maybe? It would be. And I almost built my own. Actually, we're going to pass this one through. I almost built my own drum sander. I was going to go get a 1/4 horse motor from Tractor Supply. Run a little pulley reduction on it. And just turn a drum on a lathe and run sandpaper. But the problem is, the only problem I had with it, the design was changing out the sandpaper drums. Okay. So we've got what's going to be our legs. Okay. It's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to cut some of this bad wood off the side here. I'm thinking... Okay, so we've got that. So I'm going to cut this down about 1/4 of an inch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle these legs away so I can cut this knot out. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And what I'm going to do is build this so it's actually a ledge. So I'm going to run this. Probably right there. There we go. Nice sharper pencil. Yeah, so when I change the knives out and stuff, I'm going to make sure I do a really good clean on it too. I don't know why I put that there. It's not going to matter. Okay, that one. So right there. Nice. All right, let me hit the bandsaw real quick. Oh, I need some other shop lights out here too. So this has been good too because I'm getting to actually like be functional, stream, find out what's going on, and then troubleshoot some of this stuff. And then find out, oh, I need a light over here, or oh, I wish I had another camera. I could put it right here. It's a pretty damn good cut. that's going to need to be sanded out a little bit, but let's see what we got. Sand this smooth a little bit. Get the wicked sandpaper out. Yeah, baby. This is what we got. It's definitely a little bit of couple high points in there. Nothing crazy. Something right here, something right there. So let's sand those off real quick. Kind of like that look. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Slow and easy. Just a little bit, man. Just got the other sander over here on the floor. Just take it off a little bit at a time. Little bit. Oh, that's what it is. I screwed that up. All right, I didn't screw it up, but now I know what it is. The corner's not cut quite square, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this by hand or not. Small ass piece. So hundred and one ways to not do a thing. Yeah. No, absolutely. It's not done, so I didn't screw it up. It's just not fixed yet. Exactly. And demonstrating all the wrong ways to do the right shit. Um. Okay. Let's start a YouTube channel called How Not To. Ha! Dude, I didn't even see that. I was literally like sitting over here at the sander going, I wonder. That's awesome. So if you guys aren't sure what I'm looking at the way the light's breaking through the gap. Trying to bring it down just a little bit at a time until we get it all right. Clean this corner out. Hey, I'm gonna need you to take your negative ass attitude. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, that his is done already. So, he's just fucking with the one that I'm working on right now. Because he's got his, so. Yeah, I'm gonna call my channel What Not to Do, and it's gonna be woodworking and Apex plays and video game shit. It'll be great. Ooh, we're almost there. We're almost there. There's the bite right there. I can feel it. See? Negative. Negative attitude. Boom. You know what? It's not perfect, but that is damn close. Got some on this side. Once upon a time. I'll tell you a story about 2026 years ago. There's this star. Sometime in August. I'm going to cheat this. It's not really cheating. It's just a technique. Have you ever used the piece? Well, you do different stuff, so I'm not sure. But have you ever used a piece like this? So I'm trying to fit this to this, right? Have you ever used this as a sanding block? Like the piece you're trying to fit it to as a sanding block to fit the piece that you're attaching? I've thought about doing it so many times, and I've never been able to actually implement it. Because now you're talking about fitting the sandpaper. As long as you can get the sandpaper to fit the piece perfectly, then the working piece should contour straight to it. In theory, right? I wonder if it'd work. I mean, 90 degree everything is harder because like 89.5 and you can tell it's wrong, you know? But, hmm. All right, so we've marked our deviation from 90 degrees. You guys can see I'm actually going to use the disc sander on this. Got it marked, so I'm just going to bring it down to that mark. So let me make sure this is 90 first. Yeah, I wonder, because like I mean your deviation on a 90-degree angle is so unforgiving. There we go. I thought that was a little off. That is mighty damn close. I got a high spot. Okay. Get rid of this high spot real quick. We'll make sure this one fits exactly what we want it to, and then we'll clone it on the other piece that we have. I'll tell you what, bolter won't be able to tell. All right. Yes, ma'am. I have to follow all the directions. If I don't follow all the directions, I get in trouble. There's a knot there, but it's like the beginning of one. I think it's going to actually work really, really well for us. So, let's do this. We're actually going to mark this with a knife this time. Let's score that in. And that is where we're going to cut. And we'll make sure this edge gets cut off and stuff and all even and nice and pretty later. But for right now, let's go ahead and cut this. I know, I forgot. I'll get it in a second. Thank you, kitten. Well, you know what? The scoring's great. It's not dark enough to see, or it's not bright enough to see over there. So we're gonna go ahead and pencil that in anyway. I'm gonna eat the sandwich as soon as I make these 2 cuts. I'm gonna give us a little bit of margin of error here. So we've got some material to sand off, but ultimately once we get both of the seating surfaces done, we'll go ahead and square the backs of these up and stuff again anyway, just to make sure that they're perfect. Because there's definitely some deviation in this piece that we just cut. It's going to be pretty small. I know. I know. Actually, wow, look at that. That is really freaking close, guys. Right off the rip. Got a little extra material in the corner right there. So we're going to square that off. And some sanding, light sanding to do on the seating surface. So we'll go ahead and hit that right there. And we'll square out the corner with a chisel. That is so freaking close. That's amazing. That's great. Actually, damn, that was a decent bandsaw cut. All right, now let's square out that corner. I hadn't used a bandsaw since I was like 10 years old in my grandpa's garage. A lot of this stuff is due to my grandpa. Like me wanting to get into all of this. He didn't build furniture, but he was very I mean, he grew up in the farm, man. Like, he was very self-sufficient. He was an engineer for a company called Standard Products that now is owned by Standard Oil, I think, was the name switch and stuff. Yeah, I've got like I have a shop light I was planning on looking at on getting set up. My bulbs are broken. I forgot to buy some. I was just at Lowe's yesterday. I forgot to get some bulbs. Kitten, if you're still watching, waiting for me to eat a sandwich, can you remind me to get some bulbs later? Um, I think, and it's like the T bulbs or whatever. It's like the shop light ones, the xenon halogen super Tony Stark light bulbs. Thank you, dear. I have to put them somewhere that's not going to wash out the cameras too. Like, I'm going to have to look at that. Because I was playing the other day with just keeping the door cracked while I'm in here working, and even just cracking the door washed out everything. So it's not even something that I can do. It's pretty good. We'll sand it out right here. See how good she was. See what she does, guys. She takes such good care of me. I promise. I'm eating the sandwich right after this. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get these 2 feet cut, and then I'm gonna come inside. We're gonna cut today, so I'm gonna get these 2 worked on really fast. That's actually why I'm waiting. So But thank you for the cup steer, so I have that to mix with. Man, that's a pretty tight fit. We just got to get some extra material out of that corner, and we're good. Elf, you want to play some Apex in a bit? I don't know what we're doing. I know we're probably going out tonight. I don't know. We'll talk about it, but if you're down to play at some point in time, I may be playing today. I'm not sure. We're gonna go out and catch dinner later. I don't know what the schedule for the afternoon is gonna look like, but it's gonna involve something like that. So let me know if you want to. Much better than that Tarkov game y'all keep playing. Although I haven't played it, so I can't really judge. I'm gonna knock out the corner on this one just like we did on the other one. Just really quick. Round that out, get that seated in there. It's like one high spot and I can see it, but I can't seem to get it out. There we go, that should do it. Okay, awesome. Now, let's check these, make sure they're all set. I'm gonna go ahead and mark these so they're identical. Yeah, actually, that's really freaking close, guys. I'm like a... That's really close. Okay, let's do this. Sand off the bottoms of these. Very nice. See how this matches up. So we still have... Man, that is a tight fit. That's what she said. Oh, yes. Hell yes. Guys, that is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful fit right there. Nice and sturdy, nice and stable, nice and tight, zero tolerance. Oh, gorgeous fit. All right. Hey guys, so this is what we're gonna do. We are good on this for today. We're gonna go ahead and cut stream tomorrow. We're gonna have a special guest down, methodical, the words. Nick, what's up, Method? Thank you so much, dude. Thanks for the resub. As a matter of fact, there he is. There's the guest of the hour tomorrow. He's gonna be down here visiting, and we're gonna be streaming from the shop tomorrow afternoon after I get home from church. We will be working on something down here. We're working out the details right now. But speaking of, here's the next LOS stand for the bolter, and so he's gonna get, just like Elf's was, the shelf and the gamer tag will be up front, and then we're gonna put a little something special for him on the back, and then sawdust from. Woo! It's okay, guys. Wood isn't toxic. It's natural. Anyway, if you guys can smoke weed, I can get sawdust. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. We're gonna go ahead and make his gamer tag, plaque, and stuff. We've got enough. We have enough Sweetgum left for me to screw that up 2 or 3 times, and then that's your argument, right? Jesus made it or something? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so freaking stoners. Anyway. We'll be back tomorrow with that stuff, guys. And Methodical will be guest starring on the stream tomorrow while we're here. And then whatever we're working on tomorrow, that's on him. That's his call because he's coming down to the workshop. And then we'll go from there, guys. We'll not be back on stream tonight regardless of what's going on. Maybe I'm going to be working on some content creation. You got a couple of videos to put together for TikTok, some stuff to post up on Twitter and Instagram. I got to get some portfolio stuff done. Got to go take pictures. Got to go take pictures of Elf Stand and the final giveaway product. And then we'll be back here again tomorrow. So, hey, y'all check it out. If you're not on the Twitter yet, get on Twitter, hit follow, and then you guys will get the notifications for when we're going on live. Or even better, hop on down into the Discord. It's in the middle of the reorganization right now. Some of the channels are active, and you guys can get in touch with me that way and tell me what you want to pay me to build. Oh, or no. We'll just post announcements about what we're working on, projects and stuff, and then you guys can catch that and then catch the live times and all that other stuff. So, I'll see you in the workshop tomorrow, guys. Be good. Daddy's watching.